Yeah, I'm seeing Alyssa Jackson. Alyssa Jackson says, "Bro, took long enough. It's 1 a.m. I've been waiting since like 2 p.m." Okay, so first of all, it wasn't like 2 p.m. It was like 3 hours ago, but still. Still, I get you. I get you. I fell asleep. I fell asleep, man. It was an accident. It was an accident. So again, guys, if you are on TikTok, please make sure that you come over to my YouTube stream. The link is on my TikTok profile. You are not going to be able to hear the person that is on Omegle otherwise. So make sure that you definitely come over for that. Now, I got to make sure, because I wasn't doing this earlier, I have to block out the Omegle user's face if they do not consent to their face being there. So yeah, so I have to start like this. If they do consent to having their face there, then I will be able to release the Kraken, and then yeah, I'll be able to show them. So yeah, just for legal purposes, man. Just for legal purposes, not trying to get sued, even though I ain't got no money, but still, it doesn't seem like a good thing to be sued. So I don't want that to happen. Even though I doubt that they could or would. But still, man, it's also just a sign of respect, man. You know what I mean? If you don't consent to that, then you don't consent to it. So make sure that's there. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So what's up, guys? Cool, cool, cool. All right, all right. Let's see. My man is respecting the law hard. Hey, man, there are certain things I just don't want to. Privacy laws are important, man. Privacy laws are important. Has weed affected your brain? Yeah, you don't have to spell things differently here. It's not TikTok. You can just say weed. It's not gonna filter you out. But has it affected my brain? I'm sure it has. I am sure it has. Do 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 do. Uh, on neo pronouns. My thoughts on neo. Which ones are the neo pronouns again? I'll chat with you guys for like five or so minutes while I wait for other people to load in here, and then we'll jump into Omegle. Which one are the neo pronouns again? Which one are those? Like if you can be a bunny or something? It's just fucking weird, bro. It's not even real. It just doesn't exist. Guys, again, if you are on my TikTok, make sure you are coming over to my YouTube stream. You will be able to hear me better through my mic, and you will be able to hear the people that we're going to talk with on Omegle. You are not going to be able to hear the people on Omegle if you are still on TikTok only. You got to come to my YouTube. The Zay Zem shit. I don't even know what that means, bro. Who the fuck actually knows what that means? They're just making shit up at this point, right? So I get that every word is technically a social construct because we make up words, but we can't just make up words and then say, you know what, we're gonna change this word just because we don't like what it is now. Just because a certain group of people, right? A certain group of people is saying, you know what, I want this to fit my narrative instead of what it actually is or what we agreed upon before. Look, if you want to come up with some new shit, I guess maybe. So if you're saying Zay Zem, whatever, I guess if it's a new word, I don't know. It just seems really fucking. Whether I think that you should or shouldn't do it, I'm just gonna say it's fucking weird and confusing, and it's based off of this, I think, false premise that there's anything different than or anything other than like a man or a woman. You know what I mean? So you are a man or you are a woman. Now, there are technically more than two sexes, just for anyone who doesn't want to admit that. Technically, there are, right? I think that they have six sexes, if I'm five or six sexes in totality, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really just because certain people have certain like chromosomal like anomalies, or abnormalities, I guess I would say. So yeah, but to be fair, you're talking about 0.02% of individuals, and it's not like they aren't real. It's just that it's the minute minority. It's like teaching somebody. Look, we teach kids, we teach everybody that a human being has 5 digits on each hand, right? You have 5 digits on each hand. That doesn't mean that you couldn't have 6 digits, 7 digits or 3 digits, 4 digits. You could be born with those types of issues, right? You could go ahead and remove one of yours, or, well, that'd be a worse comparison, but you can be born with, more than 5 digits, but that doesn't mean that we're going to stop teaching people that human beings have 5 digits on their hand. You know what I mean? So you're taking like the very minute minority and trying to make some kind of case where I just think that it's just really funny. So, all right, guys, we're going to jump right into this, really. Oh, do I like Star Wars? I love Star Wars, dude. I hated the first movie, which is Episode 4, the very first movie that came out in the 70s. I did not like it. I almost didn't get into Star Wars because of it. But I loved Episode 5 and Episode 6. Episodes 1, 2, and 3, I really don't even like to speak of. I don't like to even acknowledge that they exist because they were so incredibly terrible. My favorite episode, I'm in the minority here because I really liked how Disney brought it back. I loved episode 7. It's my favorite episode where Finn is introduced and Rey is introduced. Definitely my favorite episode. Cool. You personally hate them all? Yeah, well, fuck off. All right. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into Omegle. Yeah, again, I know that you guys see that the Omegle user is blocked out here. I am not going to show their face unless they consent, just because, privacy laws and things like that. If they do consent, then I will reveal their face. All right. Let's jump into it. Okay. Okay. Let's move this over here so that I can see you guys. Cool. And that's fun. Do. Hey,
Baby.
baby.
What? I'm your guy, baby. Make America stoned again. Who you support?
Who do I support?
You look black. You look mixed. What you mixed with?
What does my skin color have to do with who I support?
No. That came out disrespectful, but like, you look mixed. You mixed. You got a little Indian, don't you?
No, I don't. But I support the conservatives. I'm very much conservative.
I'm a youngin, so you tell me like I know who that is or what that is.
Okay, well, it is. You have no idea what you're talking about, so that's a waste of my time. Who do I support? You don't know what conservative means? The fuck are you talking about? Hi. Well, fuck you. Skip me. Go ahead, skip me.
Make America stoned again.
Yeah, why are you showing me the inside of your mouth? I'm not your dad. Oh, shit.
You're not funny.
Shit.
You're not funny.
Dunked. Oh, man. You know what I mean? Are you Trump 2020? You have a Trump. What is that? A doll? I don't know. That might be taking it a little too far, man.
Well, it's a figure.
It's a figure? Is it a collectible?
Yeah.
Is it going to be worth more now that he's not getting a second term?
Yeah.
Still. So why are you
just like anything, even by Obama, is worth collecting. I'm not saying that I collect anything.
Yeah, but Obama got to serve 2 terms. Why are you a Trump supporter?
Because he is pro-life, pro-military, pro-anti-war, pro-trade deal. What war are we in? The only war that we continued was by fighting ISIS in the Middle East that Obama and Biden started.
Okay.
Why was there no protests about that?
I don't know. But why why like the Republican Party in general?
For one, because I'm pro-life and I don't need to be seduced to being old, because my ethnicity is a virus, like the Democrats believe. Their side, those liberals, they see me only as one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a
by the
virus.
way, I'm so sorry. I'm live streaming. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You consent to that and all that stuff. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I consent to
Cool.
all that ownership, whatever you want.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
I
fine with
appreciate it.
that.
I appreciate it.
Now, one more thing too.
Yeah.
I come for see those liberal Democrats,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and BOM and Tifa, they see me as only one thing. Like I just said, they see me as Asian. I'm mixed,
Okay.
and they would assume that I'm from China. I'm not from China. You can tell by my accent. I come from a socialist Democrat state like California. So let me say that
Right.
Newsom is no different nor better than Brown.
Got you. Yeah. So okay. So I understand. So have you always been like a conservative?
Yep, always read conservative, always since day one. Since Trump started running for office in 2016, yes.
Okay. So what are some like I don't know, like political stances besides I know that you said that you're pro-life, but what are some political stances that are important to you?
For one, being anti-war in the
Sure.
United States, pro-trade deals, why didn't Obama do that?
I don't know.
Then you had Benghazi, and guess who was Secretary of State under his administration then? Hillary Clinton.
Okay. So
And she
what
also
about
said
okay, but yeah, let me get into
campaign
specifics.
run,
Yeah.
Hillary said, "Oh, that we're gonna knock out ISIS." Take a look back at 2012 Benghazi that night.
Sure.
Chris Stevens, U.S. ambassador to Libya, was killed that night along with other troops. It was a complete setup. And at the hearings, she just laughed her ass off about it, and she was just all bored to death.
Oh yeah, but that's because Hillary's evil. So okay,
they all want to
so
blame Donald Trump. Oh, this,
I get it.
that.
I get
Oh,
it. I get it.
he's
I get it. I
crazy.
get it. But I want to move into something else. So what about are you pro death penalty?
Depending on the circumstance, yes.
Well, that's kind of like saying like if I say if you're pro, are you pro choice? And he's like, well, depending on the circumstance, then you're pro choice. So you're pro death penalty.
Yeah. But then showing like what crime they've committed,
Why does that matter?
they want to send child molesters to prison,
Yeah.
serve certain years.
Yeah.
Either that or they serve life term, depending on what the court decides, the judge decides. That right there should be nailed to the death penalty.
What should?
Of child molesters, rapists, anything like that.
What about murderers?
Murders, yes.
Okay, so you want murderers? Okay, so you believe in the death penalty? Yeah, that's you just believe in the death penalty. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
so can you break down why you believe in the death penalty?
Because I don't think that they should still have to serve life anywhere else but in hell.
No, yeah, I get that. I'm not.
They had a choice too,
Yeah, I'm not asking you whether they should or shouldn't die. I think that most people can agree that child molesters and rapists and murderers should die, but the death penalty is controlled by the state. So I'm asking you why you support the death penalty. Right. So if you're a conservative, let me break this down for you. So you're a conservative, right? You believe in conservative ideals. Okay. So let's go ahead and go through this. So as a conservative, you should be advocating for minimal government, less government, and you don't want the government to have, that much control over citizens' lives. Yet you are advocating for something that gives the government absolute authority over citizens' lives, which is to kill them.
It's like saying, asking the question, is it considered betrayal for abortion to take place?
How is that similar?
Exactly. How is it considered betrayal?
No. How is that similar to what I'm saying?
Exactly. Still life, still choice. I'm not saying I'm
No. That's nowhere. What are you talking about? Abortion. We're talking about saving a life. You're talking about ending a life. What are you talking about? Are you stoned?
No. I never said it. No. I'm not for that.
Oh, okay. So I'm asking you. So why do you want to give government the absolute authority to kill citizens if you claim to be for small government?
Someone has to decide. I believe in law and order, man.
Okay, so you don't believe in small government. You believe in large government.
Yes.
Okay, that's not very Republican, right? Or conservative. Well, I guess it would be very Republican, just historically, because you guys definitely don't know anything about the Constitution. But that's okay. So, okay. So then, what about? Are you fiscally conservative?
Yes.
Okay, you want lower taxation?
Yes.
Okay, so why do you support the death penalty?
I don't believe in.
Why do you support the death penalty when on average it costs over twice the amount to kill somebody and sentence them to death than it does just to serve
we
life
should
in prison?
release those people back into society.
I didn't say release them back into society. That's not what I just said. I said to have them
Then
serve
what should
life
we
in
do with
prison.
them?
If
What
you would
should we do with
listen,
them?
if you would listen and stop interrupting me, then you would hear what I'm saying. I'm saying that they are going to serve life in prison. It costs more than twice the amount of money on average, sometimes even much more than that, for us to kill them and sentence them to death than it does just to have them serve life in prison.
And the problem is currently too, because of COVID, they've released prisoners. They don't care what circumstance, anything, what they're serving. They don't care the sentence. They're
Bro,
releasing them
what
out
are
the
you talking
street.
about? What does that have to do with what we're talking about right now?
Then you have the BOM and Tifa out in the streets protesting. That's no concern of COVID. Come on, please.
Bro, what are you talking about? We're not talking about COVID.
State
What
governors
are you
that
talking about?
Democrat, okay, they're releasing those, and the Democrats.
Are you having a
also
conversation with somebody
don't
else and
care
just
about
looking
me.
into the camera to me,
No.
or like, because you're not actually refuting my points here. You're going off into some kind of irrelevancy. What are we talking about?
I'm comparing contrast, dude.
Comparing what to what?
Compared to your point of what you're stating, okay,
Yeah.
versus that you believe
Less
right,
tax, less
that
taxation.
they should serve life term, yes?
Less taxation, yes.
And yes, less taxation, yes.
Right.
Yes. of
Okay.
course.
Okay, so we agree on less taxation?
Yes.
Okay, so why are you advocating for the death penalty? I just told you it costs more money to sentence someone to death
That's
than
not
to
up for me to decide.
What are we talking? That is up for us to decide. Citizens, that's us. What are we talking about?
I am in favor for it, okay?
Bro, you're just saying you're in favor for it for
I've already
what?
stated-
You've given me two
I've
reasons.
already
You've given me
stated that I'm for the death penalty.
Yes, I heard
child
that.
molesters, rapists, whatever you want to call them, killers, shooters,
Yes.
all that burglary. All
But you
that,
haven't
okay?
substantiated why you
Commit
are.
small little
I have
crimes,
debunked
okay?
your shit of why you shouldn't be against it, and then you just say, "Well, I'm for it." What are we? Are you satirical? Are you a satire like Omegle? Or are you
Also
are you trolling me?
Note that the government, they don't even consider the death penalty as anything no more. That's why they've taken it out of almost each and every state.
Okay.
They've all voted against it.
Okay.
They don't want it.
Okay, so I feel like
So
everything
your
that I'm
point
saying,
of what you said, it means nothing to them.
I'm not arguing against them. I'm arguing against you. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that everything that I'm saying, and no offense, but everything I'm saying is going like completely over your head. So that's okay. That's totally, it is what it is. It's late at night or whatever.
You know,
So
your facts,
so hey,
facts,
so
you-
I appreciate you being here, man. You have a great day. That is weird. Everything I was at that point, I'm just like, whoa. Hold on, let me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Stay on for a second, okay?
Nope, because you don't have your thing on.
Just 1 second.
Nope.
To the goddamn niggers of the
Whoa, buddy. Calm down there.
Oh, Make America Strong Again. Can you give me a high five for that real quick?
No.
You're-
If you're too young, I don't even want to really speak to you. This isn't Emmanuel Haruno. I don't want to debate against 12-year-olds. But 13-year-olds. Hi.
I'm 16.
Are you 16? 2 years too old for me, boys,
Make America stoned again. You got me there.
Did I get you?
You got me there.
Well, I also support Make America Great Again, so
So you don't support yourself?
Support myself. Of course I support myself.
How?
What do you mean?
How do you support yourself if you support Trump?
How do I support
Trump
myself?
don't even like you.
Trump doesn't like me?
No, he
Okay,
doesn't.
what
He's
what
racist.
what facts back that up?
He literally talked about the Black Lives Matter movement like it was a freaking cult.
Because Black Lives
actually
Matter is
tweeted people-
trash.
Boy, you are black.
Trash. Tell me why Black Lives Matter is necessary.
Because Black Lives Matter.
That's not what Black Lives
And
Matter is
racist
about.
People don't believe in that.
That's not what Black Lives Matter is
You
about.
actually sound like- Oh, baby, you're so brainwashed.
I'm brainwashed, and you can't even accurately tell me what Black Lives Matter stands
I
for.
literally just said, "Are you retarded?" It's in the freaking name.
Oh, so now you're calling
Black Lives
now you're calling the black guy retarded, right? Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I
Nice.
won't count. I don't count you as black. You're white.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, thank you. Oh, I thought it said Make America Great Again. I'm sorry.
So you would have got triggered just because I had a MAGA hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I support conservative ideals, so what's your problem?
I want rights.
You want rights? What does that have to do with conservatism?
Because I'd like to get married too.
Okay, so I support legalized weed, so okay. What are you saying? Why are you people on Omegle like just so like uneducated, like, and just uninformed? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You're on live stream, by the way, right now, just so you know, just so you're
I do
aware.
not give one
Yeah,
shit.
just so you're aware.
Do you want to wait? Hold on, stay there. I have a video to show you. Stay here. Stay here. Okay?
Okay.
Please don't leave.
Okay,
Please
okay.
don't leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I promise you, I am not going to.
Yo, my man.
Shake that laffy taffy, girl. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
You know, I run. I feel like the later in the day, well, I guess earlier in the morning over here for me, that it gets on Omegle, the less I don't know, the intellect just goes down.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. for me, so
Yeah, so yeah, East Coast, man, East Coast here. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
So hey, so what are you on here talking to people about? Oh, by the way, you are on live stream. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine,
Okay,
man.
cool.
Yeah. What'd you ask again?
What are
I'm
you on here talking to people about, man?
I'm just on here, chilling. I'm trying to find my friends, doing that little thing where, we're like, yo, type in this thing in the tag thing, and we're gonna try and find each other. So I'm just on here doing that stuff, trying to find friends.
Are you talking politics?
No, we're not.
You're on a Biden tag, man.
I am. Well, I mean, I didn't choose that. My friend chose that, but
Got you. Okay. Well, anyway, hey, man, have a good night. Wasting my motherfucking time, nigga. Wasting my motherfucking time, nigga. Nick. Hi.
The fuck?
The fuck are you?
I'm done, man. You have a good day, sir.
Okay, thank you. Hi, we're still here.
I don't know why we're still here.
Well, because you haven't skipped me.
I don't know why you haven't skipped me yet.
Well, why would I? You were the one who wanted to end me. I didn't want to stop talking to you.
You want to keep talking to me?
Yeah, why not?
I don't see why.
Why? You have on here that we both like politics, so obviously you want to talk political. Clearly you were triggered by something, it was my appearance in some way. So, what triggered you?
I'm not triggered. I just like to go to the next person.
Why?
Because I want to.
Yeah, but why?
Because I'm working on a holiday gift idea list.
Okay.
And I don't feel like you would be able to help me with that.
Well, I don't feel like if you're on the political tag that many people are going to be able to help you with that.
Oh, sure.
No. Okay, so you can skip me. Or we could just keep chatting.
Whatever.
Cool. Shake that laffy taffy, girl. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what up? Wait, are you on TikTok?
Am I on TikTok? Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Bro, that's awesome.
Well, TikTok is pretty shitty, so I don't know if it's awesome or not.
Well, I mean like famous wise.
I'm not famous, man. I'm not famous. I consider famous if you got like 1 million followers. I don't have 1 million followers.
No shit.
But
well,
hey,
that's okay.
Are you conservative or are you more liberal?
I am conservative.
Oh, okay. So you're already on the team.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find some libs that are actually intellectual on Omegle, but the later it gets, the less intellectual they become. So it's very difficult to find them.
No, yeah. There are like I've had a couple of them, but it's been like a mutual conversation. So like it wasn't like, oh, you're wrong or that's wrong or whatever the case is. It's just mutual.
Yeah.
So
No, I feel that. Well, hey man, I hope you have a great night, man.
you too.
Shake that laffy
Been on it
taffy,
all
girl.
together.
Shake that laffy tap. Hi.
Make America stoned again.
Yeah. Make America Stone. Can you get down with that?
It's funny.
Or is it your birthday? I see a thing in the back.
It's actually not. My birthday was my birthday was in January. This was my brother.
Dude, my birthday's in January too. January what?
28th.
Oh, 11th. My birthday's January 11th. So I'm a Capricorn. What's after that?
I'm an Aquarius.
Right. We're better. We are. Capricorns are definitely better.
Oh my god, you're the Make America Stoned again! I was just on FaceTime with my friend.
You were oh well.
The girl right before me.
I don't know. Right before. Well, I don't know who was before you.
The Aquarius.
What? Really? Literally the person right before?
Yes.
That's hilarious. She skipped me, and then I was like, oh well, I'm sad now, but that's okay.
I won't skip you.
Do you want to talk politics?
Am I being live streamed? I'm embarrassed what I look like right now.
I could blur your face if you need me to. Actually, to be fair, the Omegle thing is like in front of your face, so they can't even really see you.
Okay, I'm a little nervous.
Nervous about what? There's like nobody on here because it's like 2 a.m. by the way.
Is it TikTok?
No, I just started a YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it was on TikTok, then you know I got I got some clout on TikTok, but on YouTube I don't have any
Do
clout.
you? Drop the ad. Let me follow.
I promise I will drop the ad after we have the conversation, just because I feel like people always get distracted.
Okay.
But anyway, so tell me, what is well, I guess what are your political affiliations?
More conservative.
Really?
Lean right? Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who I am? You never seen me before?
Probably have. I do watch a lot of political videos.
Well, no, it's okay. I'm not like famous or anything. I just didn't know, like, a lot of people do like recognize me on this app. But which makes me feel weird actually. But yeah, so are you on TikTok?
Yeah, no, I have no clout. You don't even want to know.
No, it's all good, but you are on TikTok, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. Okay, so so you have political leanings. All right. I'm sorry, you have conservative leanings. So is it all conservative? Are you like, pro?
No.
Okay, so tell me, what's important to you?
Important to me, the economy. I mean, obviously human rights, but human rights.
Are you pro-choice or pro-life?
I am pro-choice.
You're pro-choice.
I am a pro-choice Republican. A lot of people are like very shocked by that.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's definitely kind of weird. But can you tell me why you're pro-choice?
Personally, I don't think anyone's body should have to do with the government in any type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's I just like there should be separation of church and state. Like I don't think anyone's body should. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that being pro-life has anything to do with, at least not now. I don't think it has anything to do with religion. So I don't know why we would talk about church and state. It's just that we believe.
No, but I'm saying like people's like personal beliefs should not have to do with the government, or like I don't know. Like I just don't think anyone's like body has to do with like the government, or like for example like who someone marries, that should not have to do with the government. Just like certain things should not have to do with like government and laws.
Yeah, but we're talking about the killing of an innocent human being, so the government absolutely has the authority to stop that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I have family members who have the same belief as you.
Okay, well tell me why you don't believe that. I mean, we could agree that, you shouldn't be able to have the legal right to kill a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
Okay, so obviously you just don't believe that it's a human being in the womb. So are you okay with like 9?
I do. I mean, I think people should be able to have an abortion up to 3 months. Anything after that, I don't think they should.
Okay, why the 3-month cutoff?
I believe that it becomes more of an actual like living being at the 3-month mark.
Yeah, what makes it more of a human being?
Heartbeat. Yeah, I guess the heartbeat. Doesn't it start right at the 3 months?
No, heartbeat starts at the end of the by the end of the 4th week. I'm sorry, by the end of the 3rd week. So it's like by the 4th week. Okay.
But it's not an actual, it doesn't develop like actual arms and stuff like that. Up until I don't honestly, I'm not that.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you something. So if you're born with no arms, does that make you less of a human being and we can kill you?
No. Oh my god. Of
Okay,
course
yeah,
not.
that's crazy, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter if you have
No,
arms or
I
not.
don't know how I'm trying to say. Honestly, like I did used to be pro-life. I was pro-life up until like
I feel
recently.
like you were led astray. I don't know what the hell convinced you otherwise, but you should definitely come back. So yeah, so if you're talking about a heartbeat, which I actually used to be one of those people, I used to believe that heartbeat was the sign of life, and that is when human beings become human beings. But if you're gonna do that, which is fine, I'm totally okay with that. That would be at the end of the 3rd week.
Come. I'm sorry. I'm on a YouTube live stream. My sister just walked in. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, so have I convinced you that you shouldn't kill them after the end of the 3rd week then?
I don't know. I hate being put on the spot. Yes.
Okay, so just to be clear, if you are that, which is fine, I think that heartbeat is totally sound. I think it's totally sound and it's okay. And I'm totally okay with you believing in a heartbeat anyway, because do you know when like the earliest is that you can get an abortion in this country?
The earliest?
Yes.
I would assume. Wait,
It's the
earliest.
4th week. It's the 4th week. That's like the earliest. It's like the 4th. It's like the 4th or the 5th week is the earliest that you can actually get an abortion here. So even if you are at
Really?
heartbeat, even if you believe it at heartbeat, you can't get abortions by your by your guidelines anyway, because it has a heartbeat by then. So cool. So really, you are pro-life. Good job. Good job. I'm glad that I could help you. You have a good day.
Have a good one.
Got one for the win, boys.
Oh, yo, what's
Hey,
up, man?
what's up, man? You look 10. Got one for the win. Whoa. Guys, if you're on my TikTok, come over to... Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Are you talking politics?
Yes, I am. Are you?
I am definitely talking politics. You are being live streamed right now, though. Are you okay with that?
I'm totally okay with that.
Totally okay with that. Cool. So what conversations have you been having tonight?
Stressful ones, very stressful ones.
Why are they stressful?
I am just so tired of hearing, okay, I don't know where you stand, but just wrong statistics.
Okay.
Just blunt wrong statistics, and hearing a lot of the N-word by people that shouldn't be saying
Yeah.
it tonight.
Yeah, a
So
lot of people do say the M word on this app.
mhm.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Guys, if you are on my TikTok, you got to come over to my YouTube, otherwise you're not going to be able to hear her. The link is on my profile. Okay, so all right, well, what are your political leanings? How do you identify?
I'm a left Democrat.
So you're not like a radical leftist, you would just consider yourself like a liberal?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't believe in like socialism and stuff like that, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, so you'd be like a typical modern liberal, not one of the crazies.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, much more rational. I can totally respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about like specific stances? Like, what are specific stances that are important to you?
Climate change obviously is a major issue right now
Mhm.
in today's world. I talk a lot about used to talk a lot about abortion, which is obviously very controversial and kind of frowned upon to talk about in politics, which I don't think it should be. LGBTQ rights, trans rights, women's rights.
Okay.
So
All right, well, let's get into
yeah.
a couple of these things. So, can you tell me why you're pro-choice?
Okay, so where I stand in abortions, it's kind of in the middle because my religion and my political views kind of interfere with each other. So
Do you
I
mind
am a
telling me what your religion is?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
So when I used to be 100% preach pro-choice, but I'm working on my religion alone. So when I'm kind of taking it more seriously, so I'm not really supposed to. So I kind of don't really talk about it as much anymore, but I definitely wouldn't consider myself pro-life because I just don't really stand with the beliefs of that specific group.
Okay.
But I also couldn't really say that I'm pro-choice because of my religion. But what I truly feel is that a woman should have a choice, and that I kind of take it as a none of my business kind of topic. Like, if it's not me having an abortion, I shouldn't have a say in it, and neither should anyone else. And it's between that woman and her baby. Like, that's how I kind of take it as.
Okay, so Well, then I definitely would say that you are pro-choice because you're saying that it should be legal. And
Yeah, I just
yeah, and you know, and the pro-life stance is that it should be illegal. Also, I thought that it was very interesting that you said that you should stay out of it and it has nothing to do with you, and that people should be able to do what they want. However, you did refer to it as a baby. It's like, well, if the mother wants to do whatever they want with their baby, so you're saying that a mother should have the legal right to kill their baby?
I think that if we were so here, I take it as if we were to ban abortions, for
Yeah.
instance, if we were to make it illegal, it would kill so many more people. Like women would start throwing themselves down the stairs. They would start
Well, it
sticking
would kill.
hangers up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It would kill more women, but it would save more babies.
Right. Well, when we say that, what about all like what about all the babies that are going to be saved that are that are going to be in foster care and that are going to be in abusive households or people that can't like families that can't take care of that baby and they're going to be miserable for their whole life. I don't agree with third trimester abortion.
Okay. Well, hold on before you get into that because you asked me this question. So you're talking about the foster care. So yeah, so that's 100% a myth. When you have a newborn baby, these babies aren't put into the foster care system ever. They are adopted within days. I mean, they have 2 to 7 year waiting periods for parents that want to adopt newborn children. So they don't actually ever go to the foster care. They're just adopted immediately.
I'm talking about when women give birth to their baby and they don't want to, they get put into foster care later on, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so the mother has their baby, and then they decide later that they don't want it, so then they get put into the foster care system?
Essentially, or if the mother is not capable of taking care of the child and the state takes the child into foster care.
Okay, so then I guess I would just ask you, do you think that we should be able to kill people that are less off than we are? Can we kill people that are in like ghettos?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I mean, kind of like what you're saying to me just sounds like, well, dead babies are better than poor babies or babies that have less than perfect circumstances.
Here's where my research about the kind of scientific and neurological part of it comes in.
Okay.
So in some states in the US, we have a law where you're allowed to pull the plug on someone who has lost all cognitive function, brain dead, but they have a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And so that's legal in some states.
Sure.
So when a fetus is growing, they don't have that cognitive function until about 19 to 22 weeks or to 27 weeks. And so even as a fetus with a heartbeat, you are still not considered alive because your cognitive function also comes in with the 7 characteristics of life, which if we're talking about science, then that is what you are needed to be scientifically a living human being.
Okay.
So I don't think that anything past that is okay. Again, I'm kind of in the middle of this, so I don't do as much research as I used to do on it because obviously I'm not really supposed to as a Christian, so which is kind of confusing. I understand that. It would be confusing to other people. But I just honestly, if it's not me, if it's not anybody else, I don't think an old man in the government should have a say in a woman's body. Does that make sense? I just feel like if you
okay, well, hold on, because hold on. You give me a lot of
Mhm.
things, and we keep going into more and more things. I kind of want to unpack each thing.
Yeah, my bad. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right, so one of the things I heard you say, you were talking about the 7 characteristics of life. Okay, so the
Sure.
7 characteristics of life, you're saying that is what makes a being a being. It has nothing to do with actually human. It's just a life, right? A living thing. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So, do you know what a liger is?
No, never heard of it.
Well, I think you do. You probably just don't remember. A liger is the cross between a male lion and a tigress, and they made so that's a liger. They're actually really cool. They're huge, like animals too, by the way. They are huge. So that is a liger. Now, ligers cannot reproduce. They are 100,000% sterile. They are never going to be able to reproduce. Now, reproduction is one of the 7 characteristics of life. So is that liger not alive?
See, yeah, there's where you proved me wrong. I don't do as much research on this as I used to. And
well, yeah, I'm not so much trying to prove you wrong, just to try and show you that I would just say that the 7 characteristics of life isn't a good scientific way.
Good argument, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's where I come into a conflict with the topic abortion is
Oh, okay. Well, hold on,
because
hold
I
on,
don't
hold on, hold
do
on. You said another thing because I want to impact another thing. So you said another thing. You said that you were talking about sentience, like cognitive function, and I do agree, but just want to make sure that we get the weeks correct. So sentience is between 24 to 28 weeks gestation. Okay. So are you saying that sentience is what makes a human being a human being?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right. Let's
I
say.
feel okay. So
Well, hold on. Can I ask you? I want
yeah.
to ask you a
Okay.
follow-up question.
I'm just gonna end it there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, if we're saying sentience, now let me ask you, because I want to make sure that we don't go into something else. If I can overcome sentience for you, will you be pro-life?
I'm not sure if you can. Okay. You see,
This
is a complicated topic for me.
no. This right here. If this is why, this is what you just said. You said that sentience is what makes a human being a human being. I'm saying hypothetically, if I am able to overcome this objection to where I'm saying, okay, well that doesn't make sense. Will it make more sense to you then to be pro-life?
Sure. Just
Okay.
for your.
Okay. So, all right. So we agree that sentience is between 24 to 28 weeks gestation. So
Yeah, my weeks were just a few off. That's
no
my bad.
problem. No problem. So let me go ahead and ask you this. Let me give you a thought experiment. What is more of a human being that deserves the right to life? Is it a 28 or 29-week-old fetus that's inside the womb that has sentience by your guidelines, right? Or a 22-week-old fetus that is prematurely born, doesn't have sentience by your guidelines, but is right there on the table in front of you? Are you able to kill that 22-week-old prematurely born birthed baby?
See, I don't think that's right.
Why?
But because if they're able to survive out of the womb, then that's when it becomes wrong to me. If they're able to survive out of the womb, then it becomes wrong to me. But see,
should we have the legal right? Should we have the legal right to be able to kill that 22-week-old right there that is crying right there?
I would assume not. No.
So we shouldn't have the legal right.
No.
Okay, but it doesn't.
This is so complicated.
It doesn't have sentience by your guidelines. So why does it matter? It's not a human being to you. I mean, doesn't have sentience.
If it can, here, I'll change it. Not change it, but if it can survive out of the womb.
Dude, you're changing it again. You're moving the goalposts. You just said that if we could overcome sentience, then you would be pro-life. You lied to me.
What? I'm so confused. This is such a complicated topic for me.
So, okay, so you said, let me roll this back. So you said that sentience is what makes a human being, and then I asked you, okay, if we can overcome the sentience argument, would you be more inclined to be pro-life? And you said yes. I'm like, okay. So I gave you the thought experiment that if you have a what's more of a human being that has the right to life, a 28-week-old fetus that is inside the womb that has sentience by your guidelines, or a 22-week-old that is prematurely born, doesn't have sentience, but is laying right there on the table in front of you, clearly alive. You then said that, well, no, that's both morally wrong and should be legally or illegal also. So, and I asked you why, and then you kind of said, well, if it's surviving on its own, then it's okay now. So that's just moving the goalpost logical fallacy. I overcame your sentience, and then you came up with another reason as to why you're going to stay pro-choice.
I know. Honestly, this is just a horrible topic for me, and I feel I sound so stupid.
You don't sound
stupid.
I do. You do not sound stupid. I promise you, you do not sound stupid. You sound like just about anybody who has beliefs in whatever their whatever the topic is that's important to them. But like most people, it's hard for you to let go when when it's being debunked.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. It's just
okay, but let me ask you this, because you just said that if it to me it sounds like you're talking about like location. Okay, so if it's not inside the womb, if it's outside the womb, then it's now like its own person and we can't kill it because of location. I would then ask you.
I kind of meant like if it can survive out of the womb, then it should be it should be wrong. But like if it can't survive out of the womb, I feel like that's just none of our business. Like the whole thing just isn't any of our business. Like if that is what a woman thinks is best for her situation, then that should be her situation.
Well,
that should be.
Well, hold on. Before you go into the mother's own thing, you're now saying if it can't survive outside of the womb on its own. Okay. Or I'm sorry, if it can't survive on its own. So what about I mean, the easiest thing I could tell you is, what about a newborn? I mean, can a newborn survive on its own without its mother? I mean, a newborn would die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about if a child is born with a collapsed lung? The child that has a collapsed lung isn't going to survive on its own. Can we kill that one?
No.
Okay. So what are we
I
talking?
hate this.
No, you shouldn't hate this. You should love it because it's challenging your own beliefs, and you're going to be more pro-life because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if all of your things, and again, I am not trying to dunk on you. That is not my goal here. My goal is always to challenge people, and I want you. Clearly, I'm biased. I want you to be pro-life, absolutely, and I want to overcome your objections so that you can see that, okay, well, maybe pro-choice doesn't make that much sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when I say pro-choice, I don't mean pro-abortion. That
No,
obviously that probably makes a lot of sense to you.
I get what you mean.
I don't necessarily think that it's right. I just don't necessarily think that it's my choice, as in pro-choice.
I get that. I
Yeah.
totally get that. But I would also say, like, and I'm not trying to be mean, I promise, but like, I feel like you are deflecting so hard because after we overcame all of these, you actually had fair, I don't know, you had fair objections that we overcame, and now after all those objections have been overcome, you're like, well, we just shouldn't do it because I don't think that it's our choice. But like, we're talking about murder here. We're talking about the killing of an innocent human being. That absolutely is something that we can have a say on, right? If you were my neighbor and you were killing your 3-year-old, I can absolutely stop that shit from happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I guess I would
yeah,
ask you just very directly, after all that we talked about, what would still make you want to be pro-choice?
See, you've just opened my eyes to a lot of things that I haven't really like thought about or seen it in a different perspective as in your perspective. So yeah, I feel like yeah, you definitely opened my mind to think a lot deeper in the subject about it. And
well, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't expect you, immediately on live stream to be like, I'm pro-life now, Tyler, right? I don't expect that because I'm sure you have to do your own research. You're going to verify everything that I said and so on and so forth. But assuming what I said was correct, did I at least challenge you to the point to where it gives you something to think about?
Yeah, assuming that everything you said is correct, of course.
Awesome. I'm glad. That totally makes me happy. Okay, the next thing that you were saying is shit, what was the thing you said after abortion that I disagreed with? You said shit. You didn't say Black Lives Matter. What did you say? You said
LGBTQ rights?
Yes. What does that mean? You said LGBT and trans and all that stuff. What does that mean?
Right. So I mean LGBTQ rights by just being able to marry who they want to marry. I don't think that like when
real quick, I'm
say,
going to interrupt you. My live streamers, they which obviously my people are typically all conservatives. They like you, by the way. Aaron Boone is saying she gives me hope in humanity. So that's good.
Oh, that's sweet. But yeah, when I say LGBTQ rights, I say like I think that someone should marry who they want to marry, and that shouldn't be illegal. As in saying if you're straight and you wanted to marry a black man and it's illegal, that would obviously make you very upset. So I feel like I feel love is love. If you love someone, then you should have the right to marry who you want to love without affecting anybody else.
Sure. No, I completely agree. I really think that it's only like the older Gen Xers and boomers, if at all, that are saying that they are against gay marriage and things like that. I think more. So I'm a millennial. You clearly look to be like a Zoomer, like a Generation Zer. So I think that both of our generations, as far as conservatives go, more modern conservatives, I think that we typically almost all agree, unless you're like a Nick Fuentes, like racist type, that I think that we like all agree that yeah, people should be able to marry who they want to marry. And most of us actually believe, conservatives, most of us are like, look, we just don't want the government involved in it anyway. So, but yeah, I'm totally cool with gay people marrying. Now, I want to be clear, that doesn't mean that I necessarily get down with that shit, which, I don't really get down with it, but that doesn't mean that I should be able to restrict you from getting married.
Yeah, when I say that, I don't mean that, hey, you need to support this 100%. You need to like be yay, gay. Like you a lot of religion a lot of religion like um it's not their part to support it, but you can at least respect someone's choice to
Sure.
love someone else.
Sure,
That
agreed.
isn't in what you would isn't what you would do, but like what you're not down for, but you should at least respect someone else's uh preference to love the same sex, and it shouldn't affect anyone. It
Agreed.
should affect
Now,
them.
how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? There was a big case a couple of years back, and we've had some similar cases to where do you remember about the guy who owned like a baking place, and like I think it was either a gay couple or a transgender couple or something like that. They came in and they wanted a cake to represent I don't know, some kind of gay thing. I don't know what the gay event
Mhm.
was. And the guy said that he did not feel comfortable doing it because it goes against his religious beliefs. He didn't really want to do
Mhm.
that. And then it caused this big storm, and
Mhm.
everyone's like trying to get the government to force this guy to do it. So do you believe that, you know, like homosexual people should be able to force businesses to serving them?
Absolutely not. Just like if a straight person were to walk into a gay business and they wanted a cake for their wife, and the homosexual manager was uncomfortable doing that because that's not their sexuality.
Sure.
I don't think that that should be pressed into the government to force them to do that if that's not what they're comfortable with. If you want to exclude from serving someone, then that's your business. That's your
Agreed.
business policy.
Agreed.
So if that's your business policy, then that period.
Yeah.
That's your business
I
policy.
totally think in 2020 in America that your business is going to fail anyway, because once people realize that you are really bigoted that way, I think that your business is just going to go under and it's just going to
Mhm.
tank. But yeah, I believe that the
Yeah.
government shouldn't be involved. So good. So we agree on that. All right. So what were you talking about trans? What are your issues on trans stuff?
Okay, so coming from what I've read about brain scans that scientists have done on people of that has come out as trans,
Yeah.
that it is literally in a brain scan that it is proven that someone that has come out as trans has, like, say they're transitioning from a man to a female.
Yeah.
They have a girl brain and a boy body. That's why people have, that are trans, they say I have a girl brain and a boy body, and I feel like that if that's what they want, and if that's
Yeah.
what they feel like, if they feel trapped in the wrong body, they should have every right to make themselves comfortable, and they should
Yeah.
have every right to be what they want to be.
Sure. I can understand that. I believe that everyone does
Mhm.
have the right to see themselves as they want to see themselves. However,
Mhm.
if we're talking about the science of it, just to be clear, I guess I would ask you this: do you believe that a biological male that identifies as a woman, a trans woman or whatever, do you believe that they are that thing because they identify as such?
What do you mean? Like, are you saying as, like, the man is a woman because they identify as that?
Well, yeah, because you said that it was because of like the brain and stuff like that. Do you believe that they actually are a woman because of that brain stuff?
Yes, I do, and
Okay.
there's a okay, I'm not gonna get into that, so you can continue.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. So, all right. So first of all, I would say that it's not like a female brain. I would say it's more so like it's similar to what females like act or
Yeah, that's
act
what I
upon.
meant, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah. So that's first. But I'm just kind of nitpicking. But like the second thing, I guess I would give you a thought experiment. If you could take, let's say, you could take a human woman's brain and you could successfully or their brain, their consciousness, whatever you want to say, and you could successfully implant that into like a hippopotamus, and then a man has sexual relations with that hippopotamus. Is he having sexual relations with the hippopotamus, or is he having sexual relations with that woman because it's the woman brain? It's the human woman
Oh,
brain.
I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah, you're having sex. You're
So
having sex with a hippo. I'm sorry. like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to compare transgenders to hippos. I was just the first animal that came to my mind. So like, yeah, like I feel like that doesn't make you that thing. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't identify. I'm totally cool with people identifying as that. Definitely cool. But I also don't feel like I should be obligated to having to acknowledge to what I just think is a lie, right? If you came up to me and said, especially when you get into things like pronoun use and stuff like that, like, look, if you came up to me and said, Tyler, you have to tell me that the sky is red or it's going to offend me. And I'm like, well, no, I know the sky is blue. Why do I have to say that the sky is red? Well, no, it offends me and it's going to make me emotionally distressed. Well, I'm sorry, guy. I don't need to lie because of you. Like, I don't owe you anything. Now, that does not mean that I am going to actively go against the pronouns that you wish to be called. But if you make it known, if somehow I know that you are a biological male and you are identifying as a female, that's fine, and you can do that. But the second that you ask for my participation, you are now involving me into what I believe your delusion, which I don't want to do. So instead of trying to offend you because you don't like the pronouns I'm going to use, and then you offending me because you're telling me I have to lie, then I will just try and use no gender specific pronouns, and I'll just go by whatever your name is, right? So if your name was Tom when you were born and now your name is Tracy, then I'm like, okay, Tracy, I'll just refer to you as that. I feel like that's a healthy medium. What do you think?
Okay, so yeah, when it comes to someone's identity, obviously there's a difference between sex and gender.
Sure.
So when it comes to someone's identity, that's obviously what they want. That's their preference of what they want to be identified as.
Yeah.
So say a male who is identifying as a female and they want their pronouns to be she, her. And if someone is, I guess not comfortable or not comfortable, but doesn't agree with that and that they aren't going to participate in that, I think that it's completely fine if to call them by their name. That's still respectful. You're not calling them like you're not saying, no, I'm going to call you a boy. You are a boy.
Right.
You can be respectful and you can call them by their name.
Yeah.
But I feel like calling them by their name wouldn't be much of a difference than calling them by their preferred pronouns.
I feel like it is, because who am I to say that you have a more masculine or feminine name? And also, so let me give you an example. So I used to work in the mall. I feel like most people have worked in the mall at some point in their life, but I used to work in the mall when I was younger, and there was this guy who came up, and I had to run his license and whatever. And on his license, he had changed his name to Lucifer, Prince of Darkness. So, no lie. And his girlfriend, by the way, was totally hexing me the entire time. I don't know what her issue was. But anyway, so his name on his license was Lucifer, Prince of Darkness. Now, that's his name. What am I gonna say? It's like, your name is Lucifer, Prince of Darkness. Okay, cool. So hey, Lucifer, I'm gonna whatever. Now, I don't believe you to be Lucifer, Prince of Darkness, clearly, right? So but I will still refer to you as that. So yeah, so just because you may or may not be really Tracy, it's not really up for me to decide. I think a name is pretty arbitrary. If you want to be called whatever, I'll call you whatever. As long as you understand that I do not have to call you a she, because to me that immediately, it's confusing for me on one hand, because then if I try and do that instinctively, I'm going to keep going back to male pronouns, and it's going to be weird for you, and it's going to be weird for me. And also, I feel like the whole pronoun transgender thing is really just, it's trying to blur the lines between homosexuality and heterosexuality. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm not saying heterosexuals are bad or homosexuals are bad. I'm saying that they are different, and to blur them together is, it's just not right. They're separate things.
So do you feel that someone who is transgender is questioning their between heterosexuality and homosexuality, so they decide to change their whole gender to fit that, like say a man who likes men, but changes their whole gender to be a female to be a heterosexual man,
Not
So
necessarily. I
or
think
female,
that,
my bad.
yeah, I think that maybe some of them do, but not necessarily. I think more so, and I'm not saying that this is a conscious decision on the trans community. It could be subconscious, but I think that no matter what, the end result is the same. I mean, we can clearly see it. It's the LGBT crowd, not all of them, but this LGBT movement. I would say even more the radical movement is trying to make it seem that even are you on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay, so you're on TikTok. Okay, so am I. So I've come across many transgender individuals on TikTok that have hundreds of thousands of followers. They are big time transgender TikTokers that will come out and say that a straight man that dates a trans woman, that is not gay. That is 100,000% gay. I'm not saying gay is wrong. If you want to do that and be gay, cool, man. I don't care. But you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes and say it's not, right? If you're a dude that likes pee-pee, then you're gay. It's cool to be gay, but like, don't tell me that shit is straight. Like, that's a guy biologically. So like, yeah, it's just blurring these lines between. It's basically trying to get straight men into dating other biological men, which, okay, fine. But then it's based on this false premise that, well, if you do it, it's not gay. It's gay.
Okay. So when I think of that, I think that that's just if there's a transgender male, so a male going to a female, and they start liking another male and they identify as a female, and that male sees them as a female, and if they see them like that, then I guess that's just, if they want to call it straight, then that's their girlfriend. If they see that person as a girl, that is their girlfriend. So I guess it just depends on how you see it.
I feel like people in prison do that all the time. I'm pretty sure the people who are raping motherfuckers in there, oh, that's my girlfriend. You know what I mean? So like, doesn't make it his girlfriend. You know what I mean? But
yeah, but when I think of like people who are transgender, gender dysphoria is a real thing.
Yeah.
Obviously. So when you have this gender dysphoria and you feel that you are trapped literally in the wrong body, then that is your right to be whatever you want. And of course, a lot of people are going to be like, no, you are a boy. But I feel like it's just out of respect to call them either by their name or by their pronouns. But like, when, like, if I were to be, if I had a dick and I identified as a female and you called me by my female name, I would be completely fine with that. That's my name, and if you don't want to call me by my pronouns, at least you're calling me by my name, and that makes me feel more of a female. That would make me feel more of a female if you call me by my female name instead of my male name or my male pronouns. You don't have to call me by my pronouns at all. You can call me by my name, and that's respectful. I just think it's out of respect, even if you don't even agree with the whole transgender thing. You can still be a respectful human being. And
I would say to that, we do agree on the part that I don't find it to be bad to just refer to them as their name. I feel like it's a healthy compromise, a healthy medium. I think you agree with me on that. I would disagree on the part where you said that it's respect, just because well, for one, I would say that that's really subjective, and then I could just say the same thing. Like, I could say that it's disrespectful for you to tell me that I have to do something that I don't believe in. So so I feel like both parties are there. So so I'm like, look, if you don't believe that they are that biological sex or gender or whatever you want to come up with, cool. Just call them by the name that they want to be called. That doesn't really hurt anyone. Doesn't hurt them. Doesn't really hurt you. Anyone can change their name. If you're a person who believes that someone can't change their gender or can't change their sex, that's fine. But people can totally change their name. So just call them by the name that they want to be called. Right?
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that we agree. Cool. Well, hey, I definitely. Are you a creator on TikTok, by the way? Do you like make content?
Yeah.
You do really?
I wouldn't say it's the best content. It's just like basic girl content, but like
is it political content?
Some of it is. I try not to do a lot of it because I live in a very conservative state, so I get a lot of hate for it, so I just don't really post about it a lot. Yeah, I live in Oklahoma. So
Is that a conservative state?
Oh yeah, all counties were red.
Oh wow, cool. I don't know anything about Oklahoma, so
yeah, no one does. But I was gonna ask what you stream on.
Oh yeah. So I just created this YouTube. So this is literally my second YouTube that I've ever done. But I'm fairly large on TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at Tyler Bluntman.
Okay. So I'm assuming your YouTube is linked
Yeah, my
to your
link. Yeah, my
TikTok.
link is on my TikTok. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what is it again?
Tyler Bluntman. I'm currently banned for 7 days.
Oh wow. Well, that's an honor to talk to you.
Yeah. No worries. I definitely appreciate you you having this conversation with me. I think a lot of people will definitely respect a lot of the things that you said. Not everybody agrees. There were some people in the comments that just look at it from like a religion point and just disagree with you on a religious standpoint. But there are other people in the comments that are like, look, even if we disagree, at least she's open to having these conversations, which is pretty cool. So, so definitely. Hey.
Yeah, I'm open. I'm always open.
Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying I'm always open to listen from someone else's point of view because it's not just I can't just be so biased on a topic from my only point of view. I have to be open to hearing other views from it.
Yeah, me
and
too.
obviously, when you started bringing up the view of abortion, that obviously kind of switched my view, and I'm gonna go do a ton of research on it as I always do.
Dude,
But,
if you happen to like kind of trickle down to the pro-life side, just give me a shout out, tag me in a video if you make it. Be like, look, guys, I'm pro-life now. So just give me a shout out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for talking to me.
Absolutely. Thank you for talking with me, and I hope that you have a great night.
You too.
Cool. Well, she was nice. She was very nice. I liked her. What do you guys think about her? Do you give her a thumbs up, a thumbs down? I know a lot of people. I guess I saw that people were split. Oh, by the way, if you are on my TikTok, you're not going to be able to hear any of the conversations. You got to come over to my YouTube. The link is on my profile. So, some people were saying that she's a fake Christian. Other people were saying that she was cool because that she was open to having these conversations. So, what do you guys think? Meal Rocan is giving a thumbs up. Cody's giving a thumbs up. Aaron's giving a thumbs up. There's one guy who keeps saying that she's a fake Christian, so I guess he's a hardcore Christian guy. Rad Dog says that she is actually intelligent. I agree. Whoa, hold on, wrong one. But she definitely is intelligent, and I like people like her that are willing to have these conversations. Literally, I like Lamp says literally so calm and reasonable. Goodfellas gives a thumbs up. I definitely am giving a thumbs up to everyone talking about 420. You know how I get down. Becca gives a thumbs up. So hello Christian. Do you want to expand on that in the comments, and I'll read it off. Why do you keep saying fake Christian? Like, can you not be a Christian and have the ideals that she has? Like I'm not religious, so I don't know anything about that. Ari Sia is saying that I'm a Christian and I love her. So, I mean, that's what they're saying. So what is it? I mean, why are you saying fake Christian? You know what I mean? Very intelligent, but just disagree with a lot of things she said. And I think that's incredibly fine, Brendan. I totally respect that, man. Like, we can acknowledge when somebody is intelligent and we just disagree with them, right? I use this example a lot with people that are on TikTok. Like, someone who's like Jonah Axum. If you guys are on TikTok, you might or might not know who Jonah Axum is. He's not that large of a creator, but you know, he tries to make waves. I've debated him before, but I think he's like 17 or 18. Don't agree with him at all. I don't even really like him, but that doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge that he's clearly an intelligent person. Don't agree with just about anything he says, but but clearly intelligent. We can acknowledge when people are intelligent, but we just disagree with what they say. I'm from TikTok. Oh, what's up, zombie? You can't be pro-choice and be Christian. You know what? That's interesting. But what if, again, I'm not religious, but what if you're a pro-choicer? Obviously, we agree. If you're conservative, you typically agree that being pro-life is just scientifically correct. But what if you are somebody who is a Christian, but just believes that in being pro-choice from a scientific standpoint? Now, obviously, we don't agree with their scientific standpoint. We try to convert them. I'm just talking about their beliefs for a second. What if they believe from a scientific standpoint that's why they are pro-choice? Can you still be a Christian? I'm not good with the religious stuff. So Alyssa Jackson says yes and no. Meme says, I disagree, but I respect her wanting to discuss with you and possibly change her opinions. Absolutely, meme machine. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Alyssa Jackson says, I'm glad that she's open-minded. Whoa, the comments are going too fast. Glad she's open-minded, but definitely does not support the Bible. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so Hello says, all right, let's see what he's saying. He says, Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to start reading the Bible, too. Let's see. Goodfellas says that she was honest and kept open mind when she didn't know a lot about the subject. Very rare with liberals. Yes, and remember, she said off the jump, she said that she was not a leftist. She was not a radical liberal. She was just a liberal, right? So she was just, she was just a liberal. Did she say she said she was? She said she was a liberal, but she was Christian. So she kind of, I guess, floats back or has, I guess, I don't know, not contradictions, but she just has maybe like an internal fight between this kind of conservative Christianness and what she believes, which is, I guess, more liberal. But again, she was very open-minded, and I definitely appreciate that from her 1,000%. She was very cool. Cool. So should we do more Omegle, or should I talk with you guys? You guys let me know in the comments. Do more Omegle or talk with you? Guys, if you are on my TikTok, please come over to my YouTube stream. You're going to be able to hear me better and hear people on Omegle. The link is on my TikTok profile. The YouTube link is right there. So make sure you just tap that. Come on over. His own says Omegle. Omegle, more Omegle. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do more Omegle. I'm fine with that. All right, let's get back to it, guys. More Omegle. All right. Now I gotta blur their thing. They have to give me consent. Well, if they don't give me consent, then I'll just blur it out. That'll be easier for me. That'll be easier. Okay. All right. Where the hell is it? Cool. Video. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I love your hat.
Do you love it? Make America Stoned Again?
Yeah.
Yes. What if it said Make America Great Again?
Mm-mm.
You would not like that anymore?
Uh.
Okay. Do you not like Trumpers and Trump supporters and conservatives and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I am a conservative. What issues do you have with conservatism?
I don't know.
She tried to play that all slick. What's up, buddy? Yeah, well, fuck you too.
I want that hat.
I know, dude. Everybody loves this hat. I swear to God, I gotta just like sell this shit on Omegle because everyone will buy it.
I would buy it.
That's funny. Everybody loves it.
Oh my gosh, this person's a TikTok Republican nasty person.
I'm not a Republican. That's how triggered they are, guys. They can't even have conversations. They are that triggered. Hi.
I like your hat.
Do you dig my hat?
Yeah.
What about MAGA?
I hate it.
Why do you hate MAGA?
Because Trump's a fascist.
He's a fascist?
Yeah.
What about conservatism in general?
They're fascists.
Conservatives are fascists? We're the ones trying to limit people's like free speech?
I mean,
that'd be the left.
Responded to BLM protests.
That would be the left.
With sending out man, you're so stupid. I can't educate a fucking 40-year-old. No, like...
look how triggered he is. Dude, it just goes to show you just how terrible these people are. Okay, so it just goes to show you how just. Hi, what's up, man?
Whoa, is that a Trump hat? No.
It's a Make America Stoned Again hat. It could be a Trump hat, though.
Yeah, I know it is. You're conservative, right?
Yeah, I'm very much conservative.
Why?
Why am I conservative?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing mad echo, by the way, in the background.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, why are you conservative?
Why am I conservative? Yeah, so it's just I believe in, pro-life. I believe in, the right to bear arms, so on and so forth.
That's not those are not conservative values.
They are.
I mean, right to bear arms is not conservative.
Yeah, it's constitutionally conservative. Yes, it is.
It's still not conservative. I mean,
so you understand that conservatism. You understand that conservatism has nothing to do with just social conservatism. You have constitutional conservatism. You have national conservatism. You have evangelical conservatism. Right. So it's constitutionally conservative.
I'm saying internationally, having guns is not conservative. Like if you look in Europe and stuff, it's not a conservative.
I don't
value.
care about Europe. I'm talking about America. I'm an American.
Okay, well, let's talk about America. So, just the Enlightenment affairs, right? The Enlightenment. Like,
what did you say? You broke up there. I'm sorry.
Do you know what the Enlightenment is?
No, what is that?
So it's basically when all the liberal philosophers, so all these people like John Locke, Rousseau, all these Adam.
Oh, by the way, you aren't live stream. Are you okay with that?
Oh, you're live streaming?
Yeah, I'm live streaming.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, cool. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so basically, if you read liberal theory, it's always been pro guns, and it's just a recent thing.
Well, no, that's classical liberalism. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's modern liberalism.
No, even classical, like leave liberalism. Even if you read the text of communism, Karl Marx himself is pro-gun.
That's not liberalism. That's radical leftism.
Yeah, but all throughout the left tradition, it's been a thing to support guns.
Yeah, radically left. It's not a liberal stance. I don't know what
it is a liberal stance.
No, that's
a classical liberal stance.
Yes, that's what I just told you. It's a classical liberal stance. It's not a radical liberal stance. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a modern liberal stance. But either way, are you pro weapon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
You don't care. What country are you in?
I'm living in Texas, but I'm from Pakistan.
Okay, but you're an American?
Well, no, I've been here for 3 years. I have a green card.
Okay. Are you going to become an American?
Yeah, hopefully in like 2-3 years.
Cool, man. I mean, American. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So, all right. So, what are some of your political stances that you believe in?
Well, I usually lean democratic socialist. So.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm asking you specifically, what are some of your stances?
Okay. Oh, so specifically for America, I think, well, the healthcare is a dumb fuck. I think that needs to be, something has to be done. Either that's, you let the government run it, or you put restrictions on the free market, or whatever. Something has to be done. I think that's it. To dispute that is kind of insane for me. Beyond that, I think we could do something about the widening wealth inequality. I mean, even if you agree, even if you're like a capitalist and you agree, wealth inequality is a thing, I think it's not healthy for societies to go beyond a certain point. It's not healthy, like it leads to revolutions and stuff. And I think that's one of the reasons why we are having so much political tension in the country right now.
Okay, can you expand into that? And can you move your mic back a little bit? It's very loud.
It's back. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So when the class divide between the rich and the poor, when it increases, it leads to social tension, and I don't think either the conservative side or the liberal side should want that.
Okay, so what's your solution?
Well, I think we can implement certain policies that can help the lower classes. Like we can implement a healthcare for one. We can do something with healthcare that can provide it to more percentages of the lower class. We can do something with higher education. We can do even we can reduce the cost of college somehow. We can convince the private industries. I don't know how you do that, but I mean it can be done. And certain just economic things that we can do to help.
Yeah. So are you saying, because I think it was interesting what you said, you were talking about when you were talking about colleges and education, are you saying that, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So are you saying that, because you did talk about privatization, are you talking about like getting the government less out of it and having more, I don't know, just more competition between them? What are you talking about?
Well, so There is already competition between them, but the competition, it's like they've made a deal that they'll just
Right,
slightly
exactly.
increase the price of college, and
Right.
I mean, so I don't so I don't have an ideological stance on whether the government should come in or go out. I think that's
Okay.
like big government versus small government. I don't think that's what we're dealing with, especially in colleges. I mean, if the government regulates some colleges and tells them, okay, this is how much you should charge for
Yeah.
this service, I don't think that's really tyrannical government. I just think that's what needs to be done, if that's what needs to be done.
You mean if the government says so? You mean?
No, if it's in the interest of the majority of the people.
Okay. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I just believe that government really shouldn't be involved in that really much
Why?
at all. What involved in what?
I'll just take education for example.
Yeah, I just don't believe. Well, when it comes to the government, let me rephrase. I don't believe that it should be federal, right? Because it's unconstitutional. I believe that each state is able to make those decisions. So, like, if that state wants to do it, then that's fine.
Well, are you in favor of are you in favor of just not funding high schools and middle schools if a state wants to do that?
You mean federally?
No, if a state wants to do that. If Texas says, "Oh, we don't want to fund our high schools and middle schools,"
if they don't want to have public education,
yeah,
sure.
I mean, but you realize why that is a thing in the first place, right? You can't have one state, just the 20% of their population
Well, actually, you
uneducated.
can. We're Republican states. They can absolutely do that.
I mean, we can, but
Yeah.
it would be catastrophic for the economy.
Right. So what you're taking it as is that you're looking at it more from a collective good, right?
I mean,
I look at it.
that's
I look at it from a liberty perspective. I want the government out of most things, right? So, and the federal government more so than anything. Do you think that? Let me just ask you this: do you think that it is practical of just the scenario that you're giving me that then Texas would be like, okay, well, we're just not going to have any of that?
Well, I mean, that's exactly what you're saying, but just in terms of college, right? If you're saying, for example, high schools the government should run high schools, but then you're saying the government, it's a sin for the government to not to run colleges.
I never said sin.
Well, you said this. What did you say?
I said that it's unconstitutional.
How is it? If it's not unconstitutional for the government to run high schools,
Federal government.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about federal governments. The state governments can do it. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. I said that multiple times.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. If Texas says we don't want to fund public education at all, don't you think the federal government should do something?
No.
I mean,
nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Then what's
they don't
the
have
point
they don't
of
have
having
they don't
these-
have they don't have the power to do that, right? You just believe in larger and larger government. I believe in smaller and smaller.
No, it's not.
And
It's
again,
not
and
about
again,
larger
and again,
government.
and again, when I asked you, look, do you think that that's even practical? You didn't even answer my question.
Well, I mean, it's only as practical as not funding, colleges. If we need
Do you think that that's
colleges-
practical? Do you think that they are going to do that?
Well, I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario.
I understand that.
and
You're
then
not answering my question. Do you think it's practical? I'm asking you a very direct question.
Do you think it's practical for?
You're
a
not
state
even
to,
answering my question. Do you think it's practical?
Practical for who? For Texas?
Do you think it's practical? Sure, for Texas or in general. You're the one who brought up
Wait,
this hypothetical.
Is your question that can it happen?
No. I didn't ask you, can it happen? I asked you multiple times now, do you think that that is practical?
Well, no.
Okay. So then why are you
Okay.
giving me some crazy hypothetical that you don't even
No.
believe is practical?
Okay. Can you calm down a bit?
I'm not
So I can explain this.
I'm not upset. I'm asking you when people like directly don't answer my direct questions multiple times and then try to play me and then try and go around my
No.
question
Okay.
or then answer my
Okay.
question with another question, then I'm like, bro, why are you wasting both of our times?
Okay. All I'm saying is if what is to be done to help poor people get into colleges, if that means more government regulation, I don't care. It's going to be better for the majority of the country if more people get
care.
college.
I don't care.
You don't care if people get college?
I don't care. No.
Oh,
It's
you don't.
not-
So
I
you
don't
don't care.
believe it's a right. I don't believe it's a right to go to college anyway.
I mean, it's still better for the economy, right?
That's
You don't care
fine.
about
Just
the
because
economy?
something is better for the economy doesn't mean that I care, right? That has nothing to do with liberty. That has nothing to do with my stance.
Okay, well, how do you define liberty then? Let's get to that.
Well, liberty is pretty subjective to each person.
No, it by your definition it has to be objective if the whole
No, it
country
doesn't.
has to follow it.
No, it
right?
doesn't. Liberty is completely objective. But for me, when we're talking about liberty, I really just relate it more back to a constitutionally liberty standpoint.
Okay, so what does that look like?
I already told you what it looked like. Getting the government, specifically the federal government, out of just most things.
So why though? I don't like.
What do you mean why?
Why is that a stance?
I don't.
Like,
Okay, yeah, right. So I don't want the government to have more and more power. I don't want them to have unconstitutional power. I believe that the more that they abuse that power, the more that I'm hearing mad echo in the back, so it's hard for me to talk. I'm sorry. So I'm just hearing myself. I don't know if you could turn that down. Or could put some headphones on or something. So anyway, so I believe that the more and more power that a government has, the more and more likely they are to become tyrannical, the less liberty that citizens have, and I don't want any of that. Same thing when it comes to things like gun control and shit like that.
What do you think about the military then?
What about them?
We have the most overpaid military in the world. Do you think that's not an overreach of governmental powers, especially the federal government?
Can you bring back your mic a little bit?
Don't you think that paying the military trillions of dollars every day in wars that don't benefit the American citizen, is that not an overreach of the governmental powers?
So for one, we don't pay the military trillions of dollars every day.
Well, okay. Every year, we pay them more than every other country, though. So
sure.
right.
Why do I care about every other country?
Okay, well, you have to justify why we should pay them that much, right?
Why we should pay them that much? I don't believe that we couldn't take away some money from the military, right? I believe that a lot of that stuff would come back, we wouldn't have to pay them that much if we just stopped being overseas in a lot of these places that I don't think that we should be in anyway. However, before we would take money from the military, which I would be open to, if I'm taking it from more so the defense budget in general, not even specifically the military, I would be open to that if you showed me whatever it would be, what it would cost, how that would affect us, so on and so forth.
Well, I mean,
however, hold on, let me finish. But before we got to that, I would say that we need to take the federal funding out of healthcare and education and things like that first.
Why? Okay. So do you think taking the federal funding out of education and healthcare would benefit education and healthcare?
It doesn't matter if it benefits healthcare at all. It matters that it's unconstitutional to me and that the government doesn't have that power.
You're just so you're anti-government, I guess.
Well, I'm not anti-government in totality, but I don't know how to make it any more clear. I am a constitutionalist. I've told you multiple times on this stream that I don't want the federal government involved in most things. And then let me tell you, because I feel like you're not understanding like where I come from a governmental standpoint. So what I believe that the government fundamentally should be involved in, and I could entertain other things. We just have to take them case by case. But majorly, I'm fine with the government being involved in police, prisons, the military, and there's one other thing: police, prisons, military, and courts.
Okay, so what if a state wants to fund, healthcare and education? What do you think about that?
I already told you that. Are you not listening to what I'm saying? I've told you that. I already told you that was fine.
I'm not keeping track. I don't have a paper in my hand, so.
Well, no, you've acknowledged it. You've said okay when I brought it up before. So.
Can you repeat your stance?
I've already told you. Yes, I'm fine. It's a state by state thing. Yes.
You're fine with it. So, okay, would you prefer if all the states had, minimal amount of healthcare spending and education spending?
It doesn't matter what I prefer. It just matters what I believe that they have the right to do.
Wait, no, it does matter what you prefer. Do you think it would be better for everyone in America if the states spend a little of their budget on education?
You keep bringing this back to some kind of collective good. That would it be better? Would it be better for this? That doesn't matter to me. Right? Not when we're talking about actual liberty and what they have the right to do. Like I could even relate this thing to like gun control specifically, right? So like if you could prove to me definitively, I'm just going to give you like an exaggeration. If you could prove to me like definitively that if we eliminated citizens having guns, that murder rates or homicide or whatever would dramatically go down.
Yeah, I understand that.
I wouldn't give a shit because I believe that they have the liberty to do so.
Sure. But See, for guns, you're talking about an actual
Dude,
liberty.
please bring back your mic, man. It's killing my ears. It's killing my
Okay.
ears.
For guns, you're talking about an actual right, the right to bear arms. But what right is it talking? Is it the right to not have education, or is it the right to not have healthcare that you're talking about? When you're talking about, oh, the states should not spend, or the federal government should not spend on healthcare
The
and
federal government,
education.
the federal government does not have the constitutional power to do that. I don't want the government to do things that are unconstitutional, right? That is a slippery slope
Well,
for anything.
okay, you
I am
don't
not
decide
I am
what's
not going to. What do you mean I don't decide? I know I understand the Constitution.
The Supreme Court decides if that's
Oh my
unconstitutional.
God, the Supreme Court? The
I mean,
Supreme
if
Court?
it
So what the
so-
Supreme Court says is right. Is that what you're saying?
That's how
That's the most
law works.
moronic shit I have ever heard. So when the Supreme Court upholds things like when they hold up like sodomy laws that go against only gay people but not go against straight
Wait,
people,
no,
you
I
believe
didn't
that is that right?
Hold up. I didn't say it's right. I'm saying it's what they think is constitutional. That's how
I don't give a
the
shit what
law
they think
works.
is constitutional. I don't care. The Supreme Court is just more government. It's just government.
Oh my fucking god, dude. So are you an anarchist?
No.
So you want if you don't want the Supreme Court,
I
and
didn't
you
say I don't
you
want
know,
the Supreme Court.
education,
I
and you
didn't
don't
say I didn't
fucking
say I want the
healthcare,
Supreme Court. Now you're putting words in my mouth. I never said that. I said that
So
they
I'm
are
telling
just
you-
more government, right? If you are saying that the Supreme Court just
It's
because
not
they
more
say
government,
something,
it's the
because
basic
bro, let me
government.
speak. If just because the Supreme Court says something does not make it right.
Okay, I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm saying that's what makes it that's who decides if something is constitutional or not. I mean,
Sure,
you
they
don't get to
they decide what it is, but that doesn't mean that it is constitutional, right? If they said today that slavery, you know what, slavery actually is constitutional, we can make slavery constitutional, that doesn't make it constitutional.
Okay,
They would be
I mean,
going against the Constitution.
it
They
doesn't appease-
uphold Second Amendment laws that are all unconstitutional. Every single Second Amendment law is unconstitutional, yet they uphold that. I don't give a shit if the Supreme Court says it or not.
Well, I guess you don't like their interpretation of the Constitution, but I mean,
correct.
I'm not sure if they would. I'm not sure if I would go with them or like you. You know, they're the authority of the land. To
So
decide
you
what the
just
Constitution
right. You appeal to authority. That's what it is. You bow down to
No,
authority.
I'm appealing to the basic functions of the government of the United States. Do you
So
not
is
agree
is
with those
is
things?
every gun law unconstitutional? Yes or no?
Wait, that's not the question. I'm saying the Supreme Court is the
No,
bare minimum.
I'm asking. I'm making a parallel.
You're saying-
so
wait, okay, hold on.
is every gun law unconstitutional? Yes or no?
I don't give a shit. I don't know. I'm not
Well,
a scholar on the Constitution.
But we're
you know
talking
who
about
is?
the Constitution.
You know who is a scholar on the Constitution? The Supreme Court.
Oh my God! This is just more appeal to authority.
Okay, hold up.
You're just
You
saying
just
if the
said-
government says it, that's what it is.
Okay. No, that's not what I said, but okay, let's go with it, right? So
Come on, man.
you just said Supreme Court is big government. Can you explain those words?
No. Hold on. Don't backtrack. I just asked you a very specific question. Is every gun control law, is it unconstitutional?
Yes.
Okay. Now the Supreme Court is the one who is upholding said unconstitutional laws, correct?
Well, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's really the basis for my whole argument. Is just because they are the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in this land, we agree, right? It doesn't make what they say correct or even constitutional.
I didn't say it makes it correct. I'm just stating the fact that they get to decide what the Constitution means. I didn't say if that was a good thing or if that was a bad thing. You're putting a value judgment on that.
No, man. Okay. So what are you saying now?
Okay, explain me how the Supreme Court is big government. You just said that like
I didn't say it was
4
big.
minutes
I didn't
ago.
say it was big government.
You said it. You can rewind the tape later. You know, you said
I think-
Supreme Court is just more big government. Can you?
I
explain
I
that?
just said that the Supreme Court is just more government.
Yeah. So do you
If I
oppose to having
if I
that?
did say big government, I don't know. Then I maybe misspoke.
Are you against the idea of having a Supreme Court?
I guess it would be big government. I don't know how you would define. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you against the idea of having a Supreme Court?
No, not at all.
Okay. Are you against the idea of having a federal government?
No, not at all.
So then what, okay, what is the function of federal government if it cannot, fund healthcare, or it cannot fund education, or it cannot fund basic shit because, it's tyrannical? What's the function of the federal government then?
The function of the federal government is just to uphold citizens' liberties and to make sure that states in general uphold this Constitution as well. The federal government also has powers over things like our borders. The federal government has power, and it'll go into specifically what Congress can do or what the president can do. So you'd have to really go into each article.
Okay, so your only value in what a good government should be is liberty. That's the only thing.
Less government, yeah.
No, that's your only value.
What?
Your only value in a government is in a good country, right? Is liberty.
Sure.
So let me tell you this: the most liberty,
constitutionally limited government. That's what I would consider what my liberty.
The most liberty would be when there is no government, because we just make our own laws.
Sure, but I didn't argue that. I said constitutionally limited.
Yeah,
I've actually said that from the beginning.
I'm saying by your own values, your values lead to having no government, because the only thing you desire is liberty, right? The most liberty when there is no authority over us, right?
No.
Is that not?
No. So the Constitution, this is why I said, like in the very beginning, when you asked me about liberty, and I said that liberty is subjective to each individual, I told you that, so my subjectivity when it comes to liberty, I believe in a constitutionally limited government. I think that has a very nice balance between citizens' liberty and, I guess what you would consider just government in general. So I'm not an anarchist. I don't believe in no government. I think it's impractical. And I don't think that it would really work on the scope of the United States. No one's ever been able to really convince me of it.
Wait, why should that matter? It increases freedom, right?
You're putting the mic right back to your mouth again.
It increases freedom, right? That's the only thing that should matter.
No, but again, mine isn't just freedom, right? I've been saying from the very beginning, constitutional.
Okay, then what are those other values? Can you tell us?
What values?
So one is liberty. That's one thing you value. What's the other thing?
Like what? Just ask me specifically. Like what's the answer you're talking about?
So what do you think the function of the government should be in general? Not in
I've already told you this. This is now becoming circular. Like it's like you're now like almost wasting my time. We've already talked about this.
Oh my god!
You skipped me. You skipped me.
Hey. Did I?
No.
Oh, the last guy.
The last guy skipped me. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I hate circular arguments, man. I hate circular arguments. And I hate when I have to repeat myself multiple times, man. People be like, yo, why are you getting so frustrated? You know why I get frustrated? If I have to continuously repeat myself, like it makes me frustrated. My goodness. Ari said, thank God. What did you say? What did he say? All right, this is lame. I'm gonna watch One Piece. People told me that I should watch One Piece, by the way. People have told me that I should get into One Piece. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, right, exactly. Find me said it better, right? He said that dude just kept trying to find a gotcha moment. He was searching real hard for a gotcha moment. Wasn't able to pull one out, but he was searching real hard for a gotcha moment, man. I feel like he lit up as soon as I said that I'm live streaming. Oh, I'm about to have a gotcha moment here on this live stream. Yeah, I don't think that he even really cared about having a legitimate conversation. He was just looking for a gotcha moment. Yeah, that mic. I don't know what it sounded like on your side, but that mic was killing me in my ears, bro. I was like, bro, why do you keep putting the mic back to your fucking mouth so close? Like, get the fuck back. My goodness, my goodness. Clearly an intelligent guy, by the way. Clearly intelligent, but he was just searching for that gotcha moment. Like, I don't know why people actively do that. Like, if you're in a... I don't know, if you don't like that person and you're just trying to have a gotcha moment, or you think that maybe, I mean, gotcha moments are fine, but if you're legitimately trying to have like a conversation with one another, like just to continuously just trying to find, okay, well, this gotcha moment didn't work. I'm going to have another gotcha moment. Okay, now I'm going to find another gotcha moment. Okay, that one didn't work. Now I got to go to this one. It's like, bro, that's fine, but like, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like, I have to continuously repeat myself. Like, come on, bro. Calm down. Calm down, buddy. Oh my goodness. He was pretty intelligent, but just all over the place. Yeah, he was like throwing a bunch of shit at a wall and hoping something would stick. His mic was horrible. He kept getting close to it. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. It was pretty terrible. Okay. All right. They're just looking for victory. They're looking for victory versus just talking. Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing. You can look for victory. I think that that's totally fine. It's fun to win arguments. It's fun to win things in general or to believe that you've won. But here's the thing. If we're talking about politics specifically, and again, I have been involved in toxic things and I have been susceptible to this as well. I am trying as best as I can to move into a more positive, influential path, I guess. But if you're really trying to change people's minds, then one, you have to listen to what they're saying. If someone has to repeat themselves multiple times, you're not listening. You are just, you are listening for the chance to speak, right? You have to really listen to what they're saying, right? You have to try to understand what they're saying so that you can overcome these objections. If you're just trying to constantly dunk or you're just trying to constantly have gotcha moments, then you're not being genuine at all. You don't really care about changing minds. You just care about making somebody look stupid, right? So yeah, man, I just feel like it's just not genuine, man. That guy needed to read the Constitution. Yeah, I should have asked him. Have you ever fucking read it? Have you ever read that, motherfucker? Have you fuck even the Constitution with the original articles, because I think that a lot of people haven't even read that. But I just say fuck it. The Bill of Rights. Have you read the Bill of Rights? Right. What's the First Amendment? The very first one, number 1. What's the first one? Come on. My goodness. But anyway. All right, cool. Well, I am going to, I really appreciate you guys getting on this live stream. It's been super awesome. I really want to grow this YouTube channel. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, so, oh, by the way, tomorrow, which is technically today, because it's now Wednesday for every person in America. So today, I'm going to be having a live stream. I haven't even put out a notification about this yet. I'm going to make a post about it later. But I'm going to be having a live stream. If you guys are familiar with TikTok, if you're familiar with people that are on the political left on TikTok, then you are probably familiar with Young Merc Fire. I am going to show you, in case you don't know who he is. Let's see. Merc. You've probably seen him across your For You page at some point. So let me go ahead and show you who he is. It is this guy. So let's remove this. Let's share screen. And let's bring you to here. Oh, there we go. This guy. You probably know who this guy is. Here, bam. There we go. And let's remove brand. Let's remove my layout. Bam. This guy. So Young Merc Fire. So I am going to be having a conversation with Young Merc Fire today. Later tonight. It should be pretty cool. Him and I became I don't know if we're friends, but we're I guess TikTok friends, and we have cool conversations. But him and I are pretty opposite on a lot of beliefs. Well, he does believe that both parties suck, just like I do. I believe that Republicans and Democrats suck. So he definitely believes that. So he's not a hardcore leftist, but we're going to be talking about Black Lives Matter. We're going to be talking about actually even some political TikTokers that kind of, I guess, get under our skin, or just people that we, I guess, maybe just don't respect just from their viewpoint. And you know what's crazy is that, and you guys know how I feel about Topher Town Music. Topher Town Music is my brother, man. He is my brother. And we have a podcast together on YouTube as well. But he said that he's going to show me a video, I guess, of Topher's that he doesn't like. So I think that that's going to be really interesting. So we'll have a conversation about that. Should be very cool. Do you know Caitlin Bennett? Yes, I do know Caitlin. Well, don't know her personally, but I've had conversations with Caitlin Bennett, and she's definitely pretentious, and I don't find her to be, I find her to be very distasteful. But yeah, Topher is the GOAT. Agreed, Aaron. Topher is definitely the GOAT. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about that later tonight. So make sure that you're back here. I think we're going to have the conversation at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, that should be a pretty cool conversation. But yeah, dope. I'll put out a post about it later. I can't post on TikTok, by the way. I cannot post on TikTok. They have banned me for 7 days on TikTok. Dude, if I could show you just the, when I try to upload a video, it'll just immediately say hate speech, harassment, bullying, all this. It will not upload to my channel. Yet I will go right to the conservative hype house and I will upload it there on the conservative hype house. Everything is fine. I'm able to even duet it sometimes from my page. They are active. TikTok is actively censoring me and trying to permanently ban me, which they probably will in the next couple of days. I don't really feel very safe. I think it was cool that I made it to 500K before getting permanently banned, so that's a feat. But yeah, I feel like I probably will be permanently banned any day now. I don't know if I'll create another TikTok. I have to start all from zero. I don't know if I really like that, but I don't know. So fuck it. You know. Okay, anyway, guys, I'm going to go on to Instagram Live, so I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to smoke a little bit of weed on my Instagram Live, and I'm just going to kind of cool out with some of my followers there. If you want to follow me over there, it is at Tyler Bluntman. So just go over there to Tyler Bluntman on Instagram Live, and we'll chat there. Everybody else who is not going to follow me over there, hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being a part of my new YouTube. I definitely appreciate you guys coming over. It's very, very cool. I'm going to try and build this as best as I can. So yeah, thank you guys for that, and you guys have a great night.